Boys, we have a Lost Ark all classes best in slot builds spreadsheet that we've put together here. So originally I was not going to make this into a video, but I thought about it. Might as well promote the spreadsheet, get the word out. Some of you guys might not come across the spreadsheet link, but also there has to be a little bit of context that's explained. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in this video. But if you want to look at the spreadsheet, just go ahead and check the description below. It's there. Go ahead and share it, do whatever you want. So yes, let's get into the explanation of this brief explanation. I will try to keep this as short as possible. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to my guy JiuDau, who I consulted with this project on. He helped me out quite a bit, as well as Waldo, Matienx, and SioPeng. My boy SioPeng, I'm gonna have to add his name there. I don't know why it's not added there. Big shout outs to you guys for helping me put this spreadsheet together. And again, of course, a special shout out to our guy JiuDau, who, if you don't know JiuDau, he is hands down one of the best players in Korea across a lot of classes, almost all of the classes, right? So yeah, this spreadsheet here and these builds will be continually updated. So this will be a spreadsheet you can refer back to whenever there's a big balance patch change. Let's go over some of the other things that I feel like need to be explained here. Okay, so the first thing is that there's a star next to some of these engravings. For example, combat readiness. Okay, when there's a star next to an engraving, that means that that engraving is optional to be left at 1. All right, I tried to make this spreadsheet as a 5x3 spreadsheet for NA, right? Because in NA, 5x3 plus 1 is, I mean, some people have it, but it's not really realistic. So this is based off of a 5x3 build, but we did feel like that information was kind of important to put in, where a certain engraving can be left at 1. So if that's an engraving, or if that's a class that you're playing, you could always go 4x3, 2x1, 1x1 for that, right? So the other thing that I want to explain is that this spreadsheet, I try to make it as easy to follow as possible, even for a brand new player. Because if you're a brand new player, you're going to come in and you're probably just looking for a template. That's what this is. There are certain classes that have a lot of different variations that you can have, which is why the spreadsheet was a little bit difficult to put together, which goes into our next point right here. If you see a plus sign at the end of the class, that means there are multiple build variations possible. So as you can see, War Dancer Esoteric Skill Enhancement, there are different builds, different sets that you can go, and a lot of different engravings. So we also added little notes that we felt like were significant. So for example, hallucination over dominion at 5x3, at 5x3 plus 1, awakening 1 plus 4 or 6-piece dominion. So we did add a few of those notes. If you're a newer player, you don't understand what that means, then that's okay. You could just pick one of these, right? So again, we try to make it as self-explanatory as possible, and we do realize and recognize that there are different build variations possible. Okay, so I even made a note here. Some classes have many variations in builds. The following are builds that are generally, if not one of, the best meta builds. All right, so as far as the budget section, now this section is something that was very difficult for us to put, and we were originally thinking about maybe even omitting it, but we went ahead and added it because a lot of new players or people that really want to go a budget route, that might want to see what are some engravings that I could replace for a cheaper variation of it and save a lot of gold. That's what this spreadsheet is for. By no means are we suggesting you replace Grudge with Ether Predator. We are just saying that it is something that you can replace to make the build, the cost of the build, significantly cheaper. Okay, now this is difficult because, and I was talking to JiuDau about this, we both kind of agree on this, like just replacing one engraving with something like heavy armor, and you could replace heavy armor with anything other than the class engraving, right? Like heavy armor over Grudge. That alone would make the build significantly cheaper, right? Is it viable? Can you replace Grudge with heavy armor and clear all content? Of course you can, but assuming you're like in a 5x3 and as a DPS class you replace Grudge with heavy armor, you can absolutely finish all content, right? So I know a lot of people are gonna and be like, oh, that's terrible advice and you'll get gatekept. Well, that doesn't change the fact that that it is possible and that you can easily clear content by doing that, right? But again, this spreadsheet, this section, budget builds, is not to help you find parties faster. This is to give you options for your engravings, okay? So just want to make that really clear before the haters come in and start bashing on this, all right? But the way we did this was that we tried to show you options that are kind of consistent with the engraving that you're replacing. So for example, Grudge, Ether Predator, precision dagger, which is crit, adrenaline, which is crit, right? So that's kind of the route we went. And the engravings on the left are a copy pasta of the BIS builds, okay? I just thought that that would be easier to follow. You've got the BIS builds here, and you see, okay, Grudge can be replaced by Ether Predator. Again, it can be even replaced by anything, like heavy armor, whatever, right? It's possible. But we try to keep it consistent with the role of the engraving. All right. So, and everything is explained right here in the notes section right here. So just, you can take a look at that. But again, this section was a little bit difficult for us to figure out because, yeah, there's so many variations to this, guys, that there really is, but we tried our best. Okay. So there's that. So I think we covered pretty much everything. If there's anything I missed, I'll put it in the description below or the comment section below. Again, this video isn't like a super organized video here. I wasn't even going to put out a video, but I did feel like I needed to explain a little bit of the context. So, sorry if this one was a little bit unorganized, but if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. It really helps the growth of the channel. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Let me know if I missed anything too. If there's anything on the spreadsheet that we missed, definitely let me know so we can fix it up. But other than that, if you're a newer player especially, come find us on Discord. Join my Twitch chat to connect with me personally. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.